would do steak.
YouTube. I got King Ryan behind the camera, helping a brother out. Again, I think you filmed before.
Yeah.
You've definitely filmed me before. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Guys, I got a spicy, locals dominant Fiendsmith Mitsurugi. So I was at Walmart shopping for diapers and formula for my kid, and I walked by the card section. I was like, oh, legendary box, legendary collections deck, or whatever the fuck they call it. I was like, I'll pick it up. I was gonna make Mitsurugi Striker. And then I realized learning Striker and Mitsurugi was just gonna be way too much work for way too little brain cells that are allowed. So I was like, you know what, I'll just play Mitsurugi, and then I already know what the Fiendsmith cards do. There's nice bridges, so I was gonna just mix the two up and see how it goes. But yeah, it's been super dominant. This deck can go forward, it can go backwards, it can go second, it can go first. Let's just get right into it. For Mitsurugi Rituals, I'm literally just playing Murakumo and Habakiri. No Futsu, no second Murakumo, they're bricks. I don't want a brick, I want to maximize consistency. I got not one, not two, but 3 Aramasa because this is essentially 4 Habakiri. And the entire theory of this deck is if I'm not opening prayers and another Mitsurugi name in hand to just shotgun a bunch of effects and draw, I'm losing the draw anyways. So I'm just going to disrespect draw through the whole thing. Then I got the 1 Saji, you only need the 1 Kusanagi, and then the 1 Serpent. I played the Serpent because although it's a brick, it allows you to go rank 4 plays to potentially like outplay your opponent, where you can go Exciton going second, clear board, and then go into Fiendsmith combo. Or if you're going first, Dugaris, draw 2, or potentially the Gallant guy, what's his name? Gallant
Granite.
Yeah, Gallant Granite, add Nibiru to beef up your end board. So there's that, and then for Fiendsmith, I'm playing 3 Engravers, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, 2 Tracked. You absolutely must be playing 2 Tracked. Don't play any more, don't play any less. These are the perfect ratios in any Fiendsmith deck. I don't care what anybody says, you have to play these ratios, because the assumption that we're making here, if you open 1 Tracked and then any other Fiendsmith name, is this is going to allow you to go into both Desiree and Caesar, which is on its own going to be game. Now, so yeah, that's it for the Fiendsmith engine. I realized I didn't do the actual spells engine for Mitsurugi, so let's do that. I got the 3 pre-prep. You have to play 3. Also a thrust target, we are playing thrust. We got 1 brick. I played 3 prayers, and then 1 ritual. Again, minimizing bricks. 1 brick, and then the 1 brick. And then we are playing the purification in main. I just find this is just going to allow for like that layer of disruption where the layering is just going to essentially just completely seal the deal against your opponent if you're able to establish it. Cool. Honestly, the rest, guys, is just non-engine. We are playing a mix of breakers and hand traps. In main, it's primarily hand traps because we're expecting the opponent to go first if we lose dice. And I think it panned out just fine today. So, Triple Ash, you need it defensively and offensively. 3 Imperm. This could also be potentially a board breaker, obviously. 3 Droplet. The 1 Nib, because we do play the Gallant. And then 3 Fua, 3 Pirellia. The reasoning is, folks, is the engine for Fiendsmith and Mitsurugi is just so dominant going second, especially when you're playing both. What ends up happening when you lose dice and then you're able to resolve one of these, you're putting your opponent on half board. Then you're going to use a little bit of the breakers plus your engines to crack the board and then just establish some kind of dominance. And then you just win the game at that point. 40 cards, nothing more than that to say there. One cool thing about these as well, going first, I have to call this out, is it actually is related to the extra deck. So I'm playing Dugaris, so a lot of times I'll just open Fiendsmith. So what I'll end up doing is I'll get Lacrima on board, which is a level 4, and then I won't actually have access to the Mitsurugi engine. So what would I do? We lost the Feral Limbs, which is the bridge. I'll normal summon a Molcharmi, go draw 2 potential see pre-prep or prayers, then go into Mitsurugi combo that way. So there is potentially still a bridge to go from Fiendsmith to Mitsurugi, not just going from Mitsurugi to Fiendsmith using like the rank 4 plays into Exciton. So yeah, that was pretty broken. He's like MVP because He's a bridge, pseudo bridge, but he's also a draw too to potentially like draw into non-engine. Caesar, Guélan Granité. That's French for adnib. Guélan Granité. And then Typhon. People are saying, "Oh, play Bakuska." I think it's so bad. Bakuska is so awful because SP has been around since like what? Agov, Age of Overlord?
Yeah.
Like, what is that, 2 years ago? At this point, like, that card is not doing anything. So Typhon just felt like a little bit more of a good utility slot. That's it for Xyz. One Synchro, just because you need this if you're actually grinding through Fiendsmith. You can also potentially use your Aramasa or Saji or Kusanagi to potentially also make this one of your Fiendsmith cards. And then... Oh, one Exaton. Definitely crazy. This, you use this going second at crack boards, and then you go wreck them into your Link 1. So it's just phenomenal. Like, I can't say any more than that. For fusions, I've got the Necroquib, the Lacrima, as well as the Desiree. You need all of these. The draw one comes up. And then you need the Lacrima for combo, because if you open Tract as well as Fiendsmith, you're able to actually make Desiree as well as Caesar by having this in your action deck. If you're going to cut anything, I would say this is cuttable, maybe. But I prefer to keep. I really truly think like you should be grinding with the Fiendsmith engine. Then Links, Dynamondo. I've got SP, IP, and then Fiendsmith. We've got the Sequence, Agnumde, as well as the Rank 1. Wouldn't change anything here. Just flawless deck building. Flawless, guys. The side. Here's where the goo comes into effect, guys. Thrust going first and second. Duster, Thrust target going second. Call by Talents. Talents goes in first and second, I find. It's just a crazy good board breaker. Just consider the fact that you've got Droplet, we've got Thrust, and then your Fiendsmith and your Mitsurugi engines are board breakers. One illusion kit, you have to play this. Online on Duelbook, I cracked a Fiendsmith Yummy board. I played this, they went Caesar, chain Droplet, send this, and plus a bunch of other stuff. I sent like 3 or 4 at that point. Similar how I sent 5 off Droplet that last round. But then I special summoned an Engraver go into full Fiendsmith combo. And then I've got the one Black Goat for going first with the Thrust. And yeah, that's it for the Thrust package. 2 Droll. And that's it for hand traps. I think the only hand trap I saw is just Droll. I still want to lose to like Striker and stuff. I do play 3 crowns going first. Here's the theory with these. Whenever you're playing any Fiendsmith engine in this format, there's like a lot of Izunas, Fimenas, summon Arthalion, bounce your whole board. The idea is what you do is you're going to go Necroquib, Engraver, threaten Nibiru, threaten Izuna, threaten Arthalion with Fimena. They're going to have to use all those cards. This checks all of that instead of Droplet, because Droplet going first discards cards. This doesn't do any of that. So it's actually a lot more efficient going first. If that doesn't come up, it's a good interruption. You set it, let's say they go normal summon, cup C, add, whatever. You just chain this, you negate it, and they can't go Link 1 anymore. They're fried at that point. Additionally, if they do go 5 mana, instead of your board getting balanced, you pivot your line. Instead of going Caesar, you're actually going to go Sequence to Desiree, and then Desiree Sequence into Link 3 Agnumde. Send any of their power spells that they set in the back row with their Dracotail names. So then at that point, their Arthalion is negated. And then anything they set in the back row is also checked. They lose on the spot because they don't have any more grave effects unless they sent like Urgula. So really, really broken, and it's a small but niche interaction into your Fiendsmith engine. But if it comes up, you automatically win the game, and it's worth it in my opinion. Especially just for the sheer fact that like remaining Droplet anyway. Let's side out the Droplet, throw this in. We don't have to discard any more cards than we have to just to resolve a negate on our Archer. And now the goo. This is where my buddy was like, "Nah, you're crazy." I'm actually playing 3 upstarts, going first. The idea here is, again, if I'm not opening The odds of me going first, seeing both prayers as well as a Mitsurugi name, going first, not having resolved any charmies, because you can't resolve charmies on your turn, is very, very slim. Like, the math does not add up that we're going to say that to play around draw. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to disrespect draw and play these in, because the thought process is like, I'm drawing off Dugaris, I'm drawing off Necrocrypt, that's 3 draws. Potentially drawing off of talents, draw 2, that's 5. So I'm gonna draw. I couldn't play Prosperity because I didn't want to banish anything. I couldn't play Extravagance, I couldn't draw, what is it, Benevolence, whatever, like banishes 10, draw 2. None of those cards work. This made the most sense because it's cost free. I don't care about my opponent's life. And if they don't have Joel, they don't have Joel. This is going to potentially allow me to play a deck of 37. And those odds are going to be a lot better to draw like the nuts when it comes to seeing the best hand traps, seeing the best engine for both Fiendsmith and Mitsurugi, and potentially just get access to everything so we have like a pretty good nasty board. Don't discount this. This thing is absolutely broken considering that you're going to draw into combo. If you start seeing this, you're going to start snowballing. You're going to start adding, drawing into more non-engine.
Let's do the mirror, bro.
But that's it, folks. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.